Hey guys, I just took care of something there. But I wanted to come on here because I know for those of you watching and you see the title that I'm not alone in this. You see, over the past week I've noticed that YouTube slash Google has sent me a couple of emails telling me that a couple of my videos were either blocked or removed. But yet when I go and, because of reasons, because it was against the policies. But when I would go check, on devices where my YouTube account is not, logged in or connected to, like the Xfinity box, like the Xfinity cable boxes, if you will, that, I would see that my video was still up and running, like nothing really happened. And the other tip off was I still was able to monetize off that video. So it made me wonder what was going on. Like, why would they send this message if it's still viewable? And obviously later on other people viewed it as well, so it's like, what's going on? And one of the messages that I got in the email kind of, I guess, explained that, hey, due to COVID, things are kind of like screwy right now. Things are basically, well, I wouldn't say screwy, no offense YouTube, but it's more along the lines of things are not as they should be, because instead of regular people working behind the desk at the YouTube headquarters, I think in Santa Ana, that instead it's automatic bots, and that these automatic bots would basically check and pick certain videos and deem them unsuitable. And according to the message that YouTube gave me, this is all due to the fact that we've been dealing with COVID, and because of COVID, basically a lot of things have not been on the up and up like they should be. Like, a lot of people, obviously not just myself, but a lot of other users out there have dealt, or if not are dealing with the same thing. And here's the thing, it's not just, I don't think it's just YouTube, because I'm not trying to single them out. I think it's also places like DailyMotion, located in the UK. It's places like Viemo, Bitcute, Facebook videos, Twitter videos, or TwitVeed as they call them. It's a lot of these places that are probably dealing with a similar situation due to the aftermath that COVID, well, I wouldn't say aftermath, but the aftermath and impact that COVID has had. Because now a lot of the videos that pretty much follow the guidelines, that have no offensive material on there, have no nudity or anything like that on there. They might have profanity, which funny enough gets bleeped out in the captions, even though people can hear you saying it. Even though a lot of those videos are pretty much on the up and up, for some reason the bots in all these different streaming sites or uploading video sites are deeming them not worthy. Or I wouldn't say not worthy, but basically are deeming them as unwatchable. Like, they're against the policies. You can't, people can't watch these anymore because they're against what we stand for. They're against what we put out there in the guidelines. And the message, like I said, that YouTube gives me, and I'm sure it gives you guys, is the fact that this might be a mistake. And again, what tells me it is a mistake is the fact that when you go onto a YouTube a device that has a YouTube app on there, but it's a device that your account is not logged into yet, and you look yourself up and you notice your video that's been pretty much I would say singled out, if you will, as being in that category of not being appropriate and being blocked, is still there, and you're still able to monetize it if you do monetization, then that kind of tells you that, benefit of the doubt, YouTube and Google at least are aware of the situation. So we got to give them props for that. We may not agree with everything that YouTube and Google do or plan to do or have in the works, but at least we can give them the benefit of the doubt that at least they acknowledge and recognize, yeah, some of these messages you're getting are basically are wrong, they're a mistake, and it's all because of the fact that COVID had such an impact on these companies, on these businesses, that the right people that are usually there are not there anymore. Well, no, I wouldn't say not there anymore, but not there for the time being because of what's been happening, or what we're at the tail end of. So hopefully this is something that doesn't happen. Again, for me, it only happened twice this week, which was a surprise. But like I said, when I would go and double check to see what was going on, the videos would still be there as if nothing really happened. So hopefully YouTube and DailyMotion and Viemo and Facebook and Twitter and Bitcute and all these video uploading sites, video sharing sites, hopefully they'll get their act together and make sure that these mistakes never happen again, because I can only imagine someone of a bigger platform, a bigger partner, like let's say CBS or HBO Max, getting that message and being like, what are you talking about? There's nothing wrong here. And basically calling up YouTube or calling up DailyMotion and saying, what are you doing? Or Facebook and saying, what are you doing? And then talking to people on the other line and them having to apologize. Oh yeah, sorry about that. We had automatic bots do that. We haven't updated the system yet, or the people that are usually here that take care of this are not here right now because of COVID. So yeah, hopefully a lot of this gets corrected and sorted out, because honestly, this is not a good sign for not just YouTube, but for any video uploading site. DailyMotion, Viemo, Bitcute, Facebook vids, Twitter vids. It's not a good sign for them. If this kind of stuff happens, or continuously, happens in the future, because to me, it doesn't make your business look good overall, and it basically makes people not want to do anything, not want to use you or have anything to do with you, or even do business with you if these kind of mistakes happen. But hopefully, YouTube, DailyMotion, Facebook, Twitter, Bitcute, Viemo, all of them correct these mistakes and make sure these kind of mistakes don't happen in the future. And again, I gotta give a shout out to YouTube and Google for at least acknowledging that, this is probably, the message you're probably getting here is maybe not the right message, or maybe it's a mistake because of the impact COVID's had. So anyway, though, let me know what your guys' thoughts are. Let me know if any of you have dealt with this before, if not recently, and I will talk to y'all later. God bless. Take care. I'm out.